the workplace, it's the personal attributes you can bring to a business that companies are looking at when recruiting. 82% of UK employers said that finding individuals with soft skills was more important than hiring those with hard skills, such as a programming language with a limited shelf life. The gig economy may be growing, but unless your confidence in tackling self-promotion and asking for your worth is too, I'd wave goodbye to any thoughts you've had about building a thriving business or remotely working on a beach in South America. From not regularly updating your platforms to shying away from asking for referrals or even sharing personal work, there is still a significant disconnect between the lives we want to lead and our ability to build and maintain them. We expect the pay rises, the recognition, and the belief from others, but we don't give people enough reason to provide them, and then we complain when all our stars don't perfectly align. The good news is, you're listening to this audiobook because you finally recognise the importance of sorting your shit out if you want to get far in life. I have spent the past 7 years working in advertising, producing stories for brands all over the world. And I think it is with that knowledge and exposure of seeing the positive impact that storytelling can have for brands that I've realised the positive impact it can have on individuals too. But I also recognise that not everyone is sitting on the front line of Mad Men-style meetings to see the significance of promotion, particularly if you're not working in the creative industry. How would you ever learn to piece your personal brand together, let alone figure out how you shout about it? It was with this observation that I saw a huge gap in support that Fuck Being Humble can fill. Learning how to self-promote shouldn't just be for TV hosts or musicians or artists. It should be accessible for people in every industry worldwide. Since launching the platform, I have delivered workshops to a variety of brands such as Unilever, the British Red Cross, Google, Warner Music, SmartWorks, Bumble, General Assembly, and many more, highlighting that the demands for alternative professional development practices are high across a variety of sectors. The beautiful thing about the sharing economy lifestyle that we're in means that it's not just houses and cars we're sharing. Peer-to-peer coaching is becoming more accessible too. As Sapphire Bates from the Coven Girl Gang, an online community of female founders and freelancers, would say, we're the community over competition generation. Hell yes to that. The old school idea of what makes a role model is fading out, and new icons like Gina Martin, Jamila Jamil, Malala Yousafzai, and Tony Harris are rolling in. I could have waited for my career to pan out and write this book in 20 years, but this problem needs solving, and it needs solving fast. Your incredible talent shouldn't slip through the cracks just because you haven't been taught how to make them visible to the world. There is a way to self-promote with integrity, and I'm going to show you how. Chapter 1. Self-promotion is not a dirty word. When I started off on this journey and told people my goal was to help people overcome the fears of self-promotion, I was met with pretty universal looks of disapproval. These only deepened when I explained that the platform was called Fuck Being Humble. Even I used to lower my voice just in case it offended people. I know, believe in your brand and all of that, but you can't help feeling nervous saying such a provocative phrase to a 60-year-old businessman. The funny thing is, it's the provocative title that has connected with people the most. It cuts through the stuffy and rigid status quo of career development, and it strikes a chord with people of all ages. But while I became more confident openly sharing the brand and momentum built around the movement, certain people's responses still didn't change. For some, the concern stemmed from not being able to accept that self-promotion is a skill that is essential in modern business. But for most people, it was simply that they had no idea what the term really meant. Self-promotion for Brits in particular is almost taboo, and it is rarely encouraged through our education system or during our careers. Which, of course, I would argue is absolutely ridiculous. We tiptoe around a topic that can make all the difference in being paid appropriately or finding a fulfilling career or making meaningful connections in the workplace. And yet we're force-fed geometry from the age of 11. And quite frankly, I don't know when I've ever needed to know whether an angle is acute or obtuse. The concerns around blowing your own trumpet overshadow the benefits of self-promotion. Somewhere along the way, the definition has got lost. And consequently, people avoid it like they avoid being sandwiched between sweaty commuters on the tube at 9 a.m. Because when you actually break it down, self means I, and promotion means an activity that supports or encourages a cause, venture, or aim.